Right, welcome back. The left mandible is all done, all 4 pages of it. So you've got your rods on this side. That was one piece. That goes into that inner workings section there, in your little bay. And you've got 3 that go into there, one there, one there, and one there. And you've got one that links. And then you've got this one here with the 3 lines in the 3 connecting holes there. You've got one here, and you've got a little wall there. You've got all this work as well with the little rods. That actually goes in, they put that part in first, and the rod goes in on top of there. The rod underneath there, you put the rod in first, then that part over it, and then you got another rod there, and then all the little pieces as well. That bit of detail on that side. On this side, there's only 2 rods. You got this 2-pronged, 3-pronged one. You've got one that starts there and goes round the side slightly, and you got the 2 that go into the recess. That's the word I was looking for. The recessed area for the inner workings. And then you've got this one long piece here, and then you've got that piece, that piece, that piece, and that's the left mandible done. You've got this little bit on the side here and the bit on the front. So the work was, you've got all that on that page. That's your first page with the inner workings for the recess section. Then you've got that page where you finish off the recess section, and that goes into the actual mandible itself with the side walls. There's what it looks like once it's finished on the one side with all the rods, a little checklist picture. And turn the page over again. You got the other side. There's the completed picture of all the little rods and in little bits and bobs you've got to put on the side. And then you've got your rods as well. And then last but not least, the 4th page, where it shows you from the underneath, but you'll figure it out. More rods and more rods, and it gives you a picture of the recess section where you plug it into the little holes, and you just put your drop of glue in. So that's all that done. So there's my one mandible, and there's my other mandible, and those 2 are done. Right, so now the mandible's all done. It's time to start work. Looks like on the outer hull. You got one big piece, and then you got 2 little pieces for the rest of the end of that page. So you've got the main piece, which is M1. And then I've got that piece to put on. Turn my flash on. And then I've got this piece to put on. So that piece with the 2 little pegs, that goes in there like that. Once it wants to go in, that can't be just that. There's a bit of a gap still. That doesn't look like it's in fully, but no, I don't think it is. So I'm going to push that down a bit more. And then you got this piece, and that would go in there like that, because you've got the little where it's damaged. So that goes in there, and then they got the damage it shows through. So that's it for that page. In that big M1 piece over, looks like I've got to do the exhaust, and you got all that work. Right, so let's see how that goes down. Right, so I've got all the exhaust modules in. I screwed up on the orientation on the centre part. I actually put it the wrong way up, so I had to take that one off and put it in the right way, because the two middle pegs wouldn't line up, and neither would these. So once I've got the orientation right, push that down as you saw in this sped up video, put that side in and put that side in, and it's not looking too bad. Not looking bad at all. So next part is the, I think it might be the actual clear roof section on top of there. So let's see what happens with that. Right, so after that other fast forwarded bit, because you remember I originally fitted the exhausts onto the back piece of the main hull, but not realising this has got to be painted before it goes in, because if I put that in the back piece, all the primer is going to get inside the back piece, and I don't want that to happen. So what I've done is I've just blue tacked all the tabs, you know, the pins that will connect into those mounting holes, just with a bit of blue tack, and on the two pieces on the side as well. The trouble is I can't primer those until Friday, because it's, you know, it's dark when I go to work, it's dark when I get home, you know, seeing it's February. So what I'm going to have to do is, I've got Friday off because I'm going out tomorrow with my friends who I haven't seen for a while. So I've booked Friday off. So Friday morning, I'm going to primer and paint these over the course of Friday. And then I'll mount all those back in. So I've gone on to the next steps on the page after the exhausts. So you've got that plate for the last bit of page 20. And then putting that back up there. You've got all that for page 21 for both of the plates. That's that sped up section. So you've got all that. All the little pegs and the pins and the plates. And then going on to the next page. It then tells you to put those plates into that piece there, so they'll go in there. So that's what I'm going to do now. So making sure I get the right plates into the right section. So, because I don't really know which ones are which. Hold on. Ah, there we go. So that one will go in that section there, and that one will go in that section there, because the orientation is them two big pins. So you got the one pin there and the one pin there, so you got to get the big ones in the middle and the little ones on the outer. Right, so let's have at it, let's see what happens. So it looks like all these little pinholes here have got to line up to those pins there. Right, so let's put this in. Right, so that goes in there. Oh, you've got to get them rectangular slots on them as well. Right, so lining all them up. Lining the pins. Go on, get in there. Go on, keep going. Keep going. Right. Don't like they go right into me. I think they just sit on the top. That's what it looks like anyway. Let's have a look. Ah, there we go. So that's that sticking through there. Might have to push it a bit further. We'll see. Same again. Them little pinholes to them pins there, and then the slots to them. Right. Because mounting in these slots of the other pieces, I've noticed that you've got to get it level. If you put it like slightly, push it in slightly that side, it won't go in that side. So you've got to push them in as level as you can. Right, that one's snapped into place. There we go. So I might have to push that one in a bit more. I think that's as far as it goes, to be honest. I mean, it's levelled up there, so this one's snapped into place. I'm just hoping I snap the pieces on the other side, they come out or anything. Oh, so that's what that looks like. So I'll just check some of these, make sure they're still okay. Yeah. So that's not too bad. So that's that bit done. So there's probably going to be some more sped up pieces on the next update, on the next section.